welcome to Pretty Little Liars live chat. I'm so excited to be here with you guys tonight, or whatever time it is, wherever you are. Oh my gosh, last night's episode was so great. And like, I had no idea that we were going to find out who Big A is this season. And I hope they are not playing with us because I'm freaking out. Like, they've just played with my heart and my mind like so many times that I have trouble believing them. Like, what about you guys? Do you have trouble trusting them? Because I'm having like some mega trust issues with them. I want to say hey to everyone who is joining me so far. And I want to shout out Francois and Nancy and Nad. And oh my gosh, let's see who else. I'm missing you, Amy. There's so many people. Liz. Say hey to me so I can say hey to you, because some people are getting lost in the shuffle. Trey. So what's up, guys? Thank you so much for joining me. And if you're watching on YouTube, I was trying to move everyone over to Instacator. I tried to post that link, and YouTube's like, you can't post links here. So I couldn't post them, but if you Google it, you should be able to find it. Or go to my Twitter. There is a direct link there. Let me adjust that camera a little bit. Hopefully you can still see me. Okay, so let me hear your thoughts about this Big A reveal, because this is like the biggest news probably in the history of PLL that we have ever gotten, that we will ever get. And that is just basically a little over a month away. Number one, do you think that they are for real? For reals? Do you think they're for reals? Do you think we're really going to find out who Big A is? Is this going to be like the mega mastermind? Because I have always thought that the mega mastermind is an adult. I think we can pretty much rule out Allie, not her. And we've also cleared up Mike from all his shadiness this season, so not going to be him. So go ahead and start typing me and tell me like who you think Big A is going to be, and also say hey to me. And if you're not like logged on to Insticator, tell me your name, because it just shows up as like passenger, and there's like a billion passengers, and I want to say hey to you, like, hey Trey, who is on Insticator right now. So tell me your name if you're not logged on, so I can totally give you a shout out. And also, like I mentioned last time, if you joined me last time, tell me where you are watching this from, because I think that is really cool. Nad is watching from Sweden, and Francois is watching from Australia, which is awesome. I am in the US. I'm in Kentucky. So, hey, everyone. All right, so what do you guys think? All right, so Eva is saying, hey, what's up, Eva? And Jardy, hey, what's up? And Nad says, I think they will hint who Big A is. So are you trying to say that on the 24th, March 24th, they're not actually going to tell us? Because in the previews, are they not saying they're going to tell us, or are they just freaking playing with us again? Because I can't take... Honestly, gonna be honest, and I'm a big PLL fan, but I really can't take any more of the games. So if they're like, you're gonna find out who Big A is, and then it's like, Big A could possibly be one of 400 people. Yeah, here's a clue. No, I'm gonna be really upset, because when they played games with us with Ezra and Toby, I really wanted to throw something at my TV. What's up, Michael? Good to see you here. I talked to you on Twitter, so it's good. I think I talked to you on YouTube, so good to see you here. Eva is saying that Jenna is Big A, and Eva's from Canada. I did not know that. What's up? That's awesome. So Jenna, sure, she could totally be Big A. She's been absent for most of this season, or at least the second half of this season. And you know, Francois was telling me that Marlene, which I have missed because I've been running all over the world before coming home to do this, tweeted out that, okay, so when she's always said that Big A was in the very first episode, season 1, episode 1, she means that that was Mona. So our like Big A may not have been in season 1, episode 1. So again, I feel like she's playing games with us. So it really could be anybody, I guess. Yes, Nad says they like to trick us, totally. And I think that's the appeal of the show, because the more they string us along, the more we are likely to keep watching, because I know they have definitely wrote me into that. Jardy's thinking the Big A is Johnny. Like, if that ends up being true, I would be really disappointed, because Johnny just showed up, and like, who cares about him? You know, if he is A, that is weird. All right. Yeah, someone is saying, tell me who you are over here on Insticator, because you're not showing up as anybody but passenger. Is this a fake out? I'm scared it's an A fake out. I'm scared it's an A fake out too. Because why wouldn't we be? We have been tricked so many times before. Trey's like, I swear if it's a fake out, I will become Marlene's personal A. Yeah, really, really great idea. We should totally like stalk her and send her weird. Okay, let me not say that. Somebody might get some bad ideas. But yeah, I mean, that's really annoying. But I think people will tweet her and be like super angry. And Trey, you're in Alabama. Awesome. So you're not too far from me. Very cool. What's up to Emma? Still thinking that it's Aria. Like, my life would be so made if one of the girls ends up being A. I don't know, because that's a long shot, but that would be so awesome. And what is up, Nancy, who also wants Aria to be A? I would love that. Like, that would be my dream come true. If it ends up being someone like Johnny or Talia or someone like WTF, I'll be like, what is this? This is terrible. All right. So Toby can be A or Ren, according to Nad. Yeah, Toby, Toby's been kind of shady lately, but I think he kind of explained himself last night when he was telling Spencer, unless this is another trick. Like, he was telling Spencer that Tanner is trying to rope her into all the crime and stuff that's going on, and like whoever's in the barrel, which we still don't know, by the way. And he's like, you need to keep your distance from me. Now, that seemed really believable to me. Maybe I'm wrong. And maybe Toby is right in kind of being suspicious of Johnny, because I know that I am, but all of a sudden Spencer is totally trusting this guy and kissing this guy. Whatever. Amy is from Ireland. That is so awesome. Like, I'm so excited that there's so many international people watching this right now. That makes my day. And Amy's saying, is it going to be big A for real or just one of A's helpers? Well, I don't know. I mean, they're saying big A. So I'm surprised, because didn't they say before that that would not be revealed till like next season? So am I missing something here? Is there a trick that I'm not catching on to? Eva said she threw something at her TV. When did you throw something at your TV? After what? Michael is also from Canada. So cool. Hey, Michael. So Francois had the weirdest theory last night that it was Tanner. Tanner was big A. Yeah, I mean, she's been in a lot of episodes. She only came in like season 4. True, but now that Marlene tweeted that leaves it up to like being anybody. It could be like Johnny or Talia or Leslie, like someone who just showed up. Michael's wanting to know who's my biggest suspect for A. I honestly think that big A is going to be someone that is not that exciting. A lot of you think that Ren is big A. I've always kind of thought that, because he has like the medical connections and stuff like that. So I'm going to say that it's going to be like Ren or someone's parent. I would love for it to be like Ezra or one of the girls, but I'm not feeling it. Michael's asking, when will Black Widow be revealed? I don't know. Who knows? Like, they kind of shocked me here with this big A reveal. So really, who knows? Trey's like, I do think it could be Ren. If it's a guy, I want it to be Ren, since he does have a big part in the show. He's just been MIA for like 2 seasons. That's where I have issues here, because why? I mean, if they're going to think Ren big A, if they knew this all along, where has he been? Because I really haven't cared about him, lately, because I haven't seen him. And to me, that's a cop-out. So if we have Jenna or Melissa or Ren as big A, it's annoying to me, because like literally they've been gone for so long that I quit caring about them. Trey's also saying, I think we could find out who A is, but the girls won't till season 6, possibly. Wow, I like that. So maybe that's what they meant when they originally said we wouldn't find out till season 6. Maybe the girls wouldn't find out till season 6. I really like that. I won't give people any more ideas, Trey. I am sorry. Francois is saying that Caleb mentioned the barrel to Hannah last night. Yeah, it was a tease. I mean, guys, who is annoyed by that? How many episodes ago did they introduce the barrel idea and we still don't know? I'm hoping that will be wrapped up on March 24th. I'm guessing that's the season finale. But if they don't wrap it up, it's annoying, because how many storylines, how many characters have they totally dropped? Amelia. Hi, Amelia. How are you? Where are you watching from, by the way? Oh, you can't hear what I'm saying because I'm in class. I'm sorry. Yeah, Marlene's saying that we don't really find out who. Really? Marlene's saying we don't really find out who Big A is next week. I think the preview said March 24th, but did she say something else about next week? Because I might have missed it, because I haven't checked her Twitter very much today because I've been driving around. Who is on New Girl, Michael? Johnny? Is Johnny on New Girl? Caleb on New Girl? I don't watch that show. I know a lot of people like it. Okay, Francois saying, my friend suggested this week it could be all of the girls and they just don't know it. That would be out there, but it's a theory. Well, maybe they're all I don't know. How would that work? I'm trying to wrap my head around that. How would that work, Francois? Okay. Michael's saying, I think that Mona's body is in Hannah's basement. Okay. Why? Why do you think that? A lot of people are saying that Hannah's going to be the one to figure out who's in the barrel, you know, but this is bringing me to my next point that I want to ask you guys. So is Mona dead or alive? Because we got some new information from Mike. And first of all, like I said a little bit earlier, Mike is in the clear. I really didn't think he was in the A team. I felt really bad for him. I'm sure you guys did too. He was crying by the end. But, you know, Mona was trying to fake her death. I don't know who she's been talking to, but she had, you know, all those vials of blood to stage her death. Now, do you think she's really dead, or do you think that she's alive somewhere and she's part of this, or she's going to be, you know, come back and she's not on the A team. She's on the good team. Julian Morris is on the new girl. Thanks, Michael. Ren. Okay, so that's where he's been. And like we've said before, a lot of people on the show, like my boyfriend, Jason, who is in Devious Maids, they're on other things. They do other projects. They're in movies. So I understand that. So that doesn't bother me. What bothers me is if you're going to make your main villain someone who is doing so many other projects that they're not even on the show for, like, you know, 20 episodes, I do have a problem with that. I totally do. Francois thinks that Mona is alive. He's thought this for 2 weeks now, and last night confirmed it for me. I think she's being held somewhere. Okay, I like that. What I have issues with, I'm starting to think she is alive, or I was like thinking she had a twin, but now I'm starting to think she's alive. But my issue is with her in the trunk. So was she playing dead, or was that just to trick us, or what was up with that? Michael's saying that the girls don't find out who A is on March 24th that we do. That's what I'm hoping. That's fingers crossed. I'm hoping about that. Eva thinks she's dead, that the plan was found out about by A, and A killed her. Amelia said that Marlene tweeted, we won't actually find out, but we will have all we need. What the heck? I mean, really? Let me be honest, guys. I'm not going to get my hopes super up for finding out who Big A is. Honestly, my jaw like dropped to the ground when I saw those previews. And then I was really, really excited. And then I started thinking about Toby and about Ezra. And I was like, they love to end seasons with like some craziness. And they may, okay, here's what I'm thinking. They may do what they've done before. They may point the finger and be like, you know, Arya is Big A. It'll be someone so crazy, and they'll leave us with that cliffhanger, and then they'll start season 6, and they'll be like, oh, you know, she was just trying to help the girls, or help her brother out, or whatever excuse, and then we'll be back at square one. And that will be time number 3 when they've done this to us. So I'm not going to be happy. Michael's saying season finale is called Welcome to the Dollhouse, so I think the girls will be put in a huge dollhouse. There's some references to dolls in the show, so that obviously has symbolism. So yeah, there's going to be something with that, you know, obviously. Janet or Jardy saying, I think that she is dead because she was surprised when someone entered her room. Cobain 7 House, what's up? You are new. Mona is dead. She said that in the interview. You know, but they say so many things. All right. So Nancy is saying that she thinks Mona is dead. I think she was working with A and A set her up. Yeah, I can see that too. Because here's why. Like, I started having hope that she was alive because I think Mona's character is really cool. And I would like for her to be back on the show, like as a regular person, like as an alive person. But she, you know, Mike's been bringing her candy and he's been trying to meet up with her and leave her things. She's not showing up for any of that. So that's not a good sign. I think she would try to get in touch with them, but maybe she's like locked up somewhere. Maybe she just cannot make these meetings. All right. So Trey's saying that the scene with her in the car wasn't real. Talking about Mona here. They found her DNA in Allie's car. So I think they put the body in the car as a way to get her DNA in Allie's car to make it look more like Allie killed her. Yeah, Allie was obviously being framed for this, but like we saw her face. So how do you explain that? And her eyes were open. And I just have trouble believing like that she's still alive. Does anyone else have trouble with that? Or maybe she's just that good of an actress that she can freeze frame her face. I don't know. So Amy's saying that Mona could have been surprised just by who A is seen, or A is seen as she didn't know. Yeah, I could see that. Maybe that was who was coming to meet her. Like maybe it was A in her room and not someone who was killing her. I like that. That is good. Michael saying, I also think Mona asked Paige to be her fake killer, but then someone else actually killed her, and Paige realized that she was actually dead, so she left. Ooh, Michael, that is so good, because why did Paige take out of there so quickly? That's so shady, and she won't talk to anyone. Either she's dead or she's involved in some criminal stuff, and I'm thinking she's probably involved in some criminal stuff, or like she knows stuff that's incriminating. So I like that. Nad saying, I feel so bad for Mike. He seemed to really love Mona. Yeah, that whole scene at the end was like so totally heartbreaking. It killed me. Yeah, guys, I think he really did love her, and I feel terrible. If she really is dead, he's not going to take it well. But I think, he was acting so weird before about not being sad, not showing grief over her death because he thought she was still alive. Nat is saying some people say that she made a Mona mask by the creepy mask guy. Oh, I remember that guy. I remember he put all this stuff on people's face and like made an exact replica of their face. That was so creepy. Francois, there's a theory out there that Maya could be A. In one way, it makes sense because she was there in season 1. The Maya being A theory, yes, that has been around for a long time. It was suspicious because she moved into Allie's house and she had access to a lot of Allie's things. All of that was suspicious. So I could, kind of get into that. But when's the last time we saw Maya? Who's going to be upset if Maya is big A? I mean, she's not even in flashbacks anymore. It's like she's pretty much forgotten. Yassine, I hope I'm saying that right. Just watched episode 20. What did you think? Because I thought it was really good. Really, really good. Trey saying she only had one scratch on her face. Yeah, that is a good point to bring up about Mona. All that blood that, guys, I don't know if she's dead or not. Because remember what I think Holbrook said? He was like, we haven't found a body, but with the amount of blood we found, then it means someone has to be murdered. No, not necessarily, because she had all those vials of blood stored. And, someone totally could have just set it up like she was murdered. I'm starting to really wonder now. Because why would and they replayed that last night in the previews right before it started. So I don't know. How cool would that be? And maybe we're going to find that out. Oh my gosh, guys, do you think that Mona could be big A too? I don't know. That's a crazy thought, but maybe. I don't know, because she's pretty crazy. Mona was unconscious, Francois says. Yeah. Oh my God, Eva. I started a kick. Did you really start a Kickstarter to kill Johnny? Because send me that link. Like post it somewhere. Tweet it to me, because we're on Twitter together. Yeah. Michael really hates Toby. I go back and forth with that. I really don't think he's been trying to be mean to Spencer. I think that he's trying to look out for her. I really do. I really don't think he's a bad guy. I think he has trouble like expressing his emotions sometimes. But I think I believed him. I think it was heartfelt when he said last night, like, I'm trying to protect you from Tanner, because Tanner's trying to rope you into who's in the barrel and all this crime stuff. Francois says, don't get me started on the Spencer and Johnny kiss. I'm calling them Spawny because, well, it just works. And I knew the show was going to go there. Spencer did look shocked, but the bad thing about this, Francois, is that she didn't stop it. She wasn't upset. You could tell she's kind of falling for him. She was totally defending him. He's obviously trouble. He's always doing criminal things. He first did the vandalism, and then, A's obviously setting him up by taking his artwork to the art gallery, but that doesn't mean he can do more criminal activity by breaking into the art gallery. He's trouble. And Spencer can't see that, and she's involving herself in this criminal activity, and it drives me crazy. Michael's asking, do I think Bethany is alive? That's a really good question. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I wish they would go back. I wish we would get more information about Bethany. I've always kind of thought that Bethany was somebody's twin or triplet, because there's a triplet theory out there. What do you guys think? So really, Brooke is saying that Marlene tweeted Big A is not in the pilot. So I need to go back and watch that. So, because there's a lot of, that means it's not one of the girls. That means it's not Ezra. That means it's probably not a lot of the parents. Oh my gosh. Is Ren in the pilot? Because I think so. And Jenna and Melissa, aren't they all in the pilot? Mona having a twin. Hey, David, what's up? Yeah, I thought about that. It's confusing. Yes, we need to talk about this. Nad is pointing out something that we need to talk about. Hey, Olivia, how are you? I knew Mona wasn't dead, she says. I'm starting to believe that. I'm starting to think she's not dead. Yes, we need to talk about Talia. Like, if Emily goes back to her and her shenanigans, I'm really going to lose respect for her, because how many times does this girl have to fool Emily before Emily's like, you know, I'm done? She keeps saying she's done, and then she lets her back in. So obviously the whole thing about, you know, Talia's husband knowing that Talia was really a lesbian and he was cool with her having relationships with other girls, not at all true. He doesn't know that, and she played it off to him like Emily was an experiment, which is really disrespectful. Please get away from her, Emily. Like, you are way too smart and too cool to be associating yourself with this girl. I cannot deal with her, and I cannot deal with Johnny. I think those two characters who came along at the same time are two of the most annoying characters they've ever had on the show. They're literally driving me crazy. Cobain is saying that Talia's husband is weird. You know, I don't even know if he's weird at this point, but I think he just validates what a liar that Talia is. You know, she's afraid to come out to her husband, whatever, but that is her issue. She can't involve Emily and, you know, try to start something with her when she hasn't cleared stuff up with her husband, okay? Ridiculous. Francois is saying, I thought it would be funny if A was Miss Grimwald. Well, Miss Grimwald is really creepy, so, you know, it was a possibility, I guess. Trey saying that Ren was in the pilot, so I figured. I mean, gosh. So is that true? Did she really tweet that Big A is not in the pilot? Because now it's going to be like, it's like a secondary character or something. Like, who? I guess Mona was in the pilot, right? You know, I mean, I've seen it several times, but I haven't seen it in a while. Guys, one of the funniest scenes I have ever seen on PLL was the crazy Hannah dance routine when she was like near the end and she started having the flashbacks of Kate, and she just started dancing like crazier and crazier. And when I put my video, I'm going to do my recap video tonight about last night's episode. I got some little surprises for you in there, because based on that performance, because like, I mean, I know it wasn't supposed to be funny, but I just laughed and laughed and laughed. He's like, some of the facial expressions she had, and she like rolled on the floor, and she's a good dancer, don't get me wrong, but that was hilarious to me. Nat is asking, like, what's the point of having new people for like 3 episodes? Yes. If we went back and looked at all these characters that showed up and disappeared, we would be like, oh my gosh, really? All I can think of right now is Jake, but I know there are a lot more. Hey, Sheena, what is going on? Yeah, you're watching live. Awesome. I'm glad you're here tonight. Can't wait for the Big A reveal. Sheena says, I also think Mona is alive and Leslie might be Mona. And I've heard that from a few other people. I'm glad that Johnny is gone so we can get Spoby back. Well, I mean, he was kicked out of that barn, but do we really think he's gone? I think he's going to be a lurker. I think he's going to be hard to get rid of. So I know a lot of you guys are reacting right now to the Hannah dance. Cobain says that they cried. Nat says it was awkward. Like, I just I couldn't take it. Like, I was just sitting here like dying laughing. You know, I mean, it was so funny. So funny. But at the same time, it was like so sad, because poor Hannah, I just feel like she has been through so much. I don't know. It just makes me sad. So someone on Instacator, who is this? I'm not sure. Tell me who you are. I'm gonna read your little theory here. I think that the dude that lives with Spencer, Johnny, is helping out A, because remember when he was kicked out, Spencer gave him a wrench. Ooh, look at you. Exactly. And I was going to bring that up. In the end of the episode, there is A with the wrench. Mind blown. Yeah, mind blown. Why had I not made that connection? I was going to ask you guys, why does A have a wrench in the end of the episode? Still not sure what A is going to do with that, but come on. Johnny is so shady. If they make him Big A, though, guys, I'm not going to be happy. Not going to be happy. Let's talk about Aria. All right, Trey, let's do that. She was not trying to be sneaky at all. The girl came to her house, the house in her car, and didn't even try to hide it. Stupid. Yeah, she wasn't. She wasn't being sneaky at all. I'm glad that after last night's episode, we don't have any more of the creepy Mike episodes. But I gotta, you know, props to Cody Christian, who plays Mike, because he had, hey, Harani, hey, thank you for that. Connecting the wrench from Johnny to A. Love it. But like, you know, I'm loving like this extra Cody Christian time, because I like to look at him, but the whole like he's the star of every episode because he's crazy, it was getting a little old. So I'm glad we've wrapped it up. I hope it doesn't come back around and they try to be like, you know what, he's still crazy. He might be on the A team. Nat is asking, why is A in Mike's room? Well, I think he's snooping around looking for stuff, he or she, snooping around looking for stuff like the girls were. I don't know if he's looking for the vials of blood. And I always call A he, which doesn't mean that he's a he. Could be a she, but it just seems fitting. Cobain saying maybe A is going to kill Mike. Gosh, I don't know. I mean, anyone that messes too much with A or gets too close to the truth is definitely a candidate for being murdered, because we've seen some people be murdered on here before. Okay, so Brooke, no big deal, saying that Marlene did say that Big A is for sure not in the pilot. Right, I think so. But she did say that Big A. Hopefully that's right. So if Big A wasn't in the pilot, I think that's what you're saying, Brooke. Then that's very interesting. Amy saying, I think that A is going to try to kill or hurt Mike. That's going to make me sad, but maybe that's why he's getting so much, like, playtime, like so much, you know, he's like been the star of the last few episodes. So that's really going to bother me if that happens, but you guys may be onto something. Also, Yassine is saying that A is probably going to hurt Mike so that Mona comes out of hiding. Yeah, I'm worried about that now. I had not thought about that, but you guys have me really worried. Okay. Francois saying Emily offering to do the pageant for Hannah. Yeah, that was kind of some fluff. I guess she's gonna do it. I think it would be funny if we saw her compete in the pageant, because all of that's just funny to me. But it's nice of Emily. I mean, because we know Hannah really needs the money. So I hope she's in it and she wins. But you know, if she's in it, like A's gonna mess with her and like make her fall or something crazy so she doesn't win. Ooh, David saying he saw some pics of Hannah being in jail. Interesting. And Eva's saying they use stunt doubles for A. Definitely. I've read that before. They say different people who are just randoms, not even people in the cast that we know. They, you know, wear the black hoodies and stuff, and they are A. So they do that because they don't want us to look at someone's body type and be like, that's obviously Hannah because they're the same size, or that's obviously Ezra or something. So yeah, I totally see that. Trey is saying that he agrees about the mic thing. Mona had a lot of screen time in her last 2 episodes before she was killed. You know, I had never like connected those 2 things until now. And at this point, I'm nervous because, guys, as crazy as Mike has been, I think he's crazy in love and like heartbroken and concerned. And I don't know. Do you guys want him to die? Okay, someone's saying that they think Tanner will die in 5:25. They keep hearing this. What do I think? I think that would be awesome because Tanner drives me crazy. Is anyone a Tanner fan? If so, why? Because she drives me nuts. Okay, so we have like 2 minutes. So if you have any more questions or comments, get those in. Let me see if I had anything else that I wanted to talk about. Oh, I still think they're trying to push the Andrew Aria thing, and I can't deal with that at all. But they keep putting them together. Nad does not want Mike to die, and I don't either. And why had I not thought about that? But props to you guys for letting me know, even though it makes me sad, because I guess I need to prepare myself. I guess so. Olivia's saying, I definitely think A will make an appearance at the pageant. Yes, if they go with that storyline, if they actually show us the pageant and Emily competing, it's not going to be good for her. Things are going to go wrong. And I mean, A does not want Hannah to have the money to go to college. He's always wanting to screw with her. So I think that there's no way that Emily can win, sadly, because A will mess it up. Brooke saying Big A could be in the pilot. She was not talking about Big A when she said that A was, okay. Yeah, so I think the tweet was that Marlene saying that A, when she's always said like A was in the pilot, and she kind of cleared that up today by saying when she said that she meant Mona, which we know was A for a while. But as far as Big A, she's kind of opening that up to saying like that could be anybody. But guys, I think it's going to be a central character. If it's not, that's going to be pretty weird. Eva's wanting to know, do you think A will tell Toby about Johnny and Spencer? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Someone was probably videotaping that or taking pictures. I mean, or he has a camera set up there. I mean, totally. I mean, that Spoby breakup is going to happen. We know it is. I don't know. I don't want her with him. Whatever. So I'm going to answer a few more questions before we go. Who do I think is in the barrel? I don't know now. You know, a lot of you thought it was Bona, but now she might be alive. That might be too obvious. So maybe Paige, because that was the other guess, but I'm getting so confused. They're really doing a great job of confusing us because I'm totally lost. And Trey saying, isn't the pageant a scholarship? Yeah, it's a $20K scholarship. If Emily wins, she can't give it to Hannah since the actual scholarship would be in Emily's name. Yeah, is it a scholarship though? Usually pageants are, but maybe this one is like 20K a check or something. That's a good point though. She might compete and have to use it for herself. That would be funny. Why was Mike watching them at the end of last week's episode? I think the show was just trying to make him look super shady like they did with Ezra. And they made Ezra look, you know, anytime they want us to think someone is A or on the A team, they show these scenes that totally make them so obviously a bad guy or girl. And that should always tell us that they are the opposite. Yassine saying Mona called Arya Big A in one of the episodes. Yeah, there's so many clues out there that link Arya to being A. Do I believe in Melissa? David says. I've always thought she's a little bit shady, but I don't think she's Big A. Jardy thinks Cece is in the barrel. I like that. We haven't seen her since that ice dance or Christmas dance or whatever. I like that. All right, so I'm going to wrap things up here, guys. Thank you so much. There are so many of you guys. Sorry. Sheena's saying that Hannah's dancing was erratic. It was hilarious. It really was. And the fact that Talia lied to her husband and Emily does make me angry as well. But anyway, let me wrap this up because it is past time for me to get off here. My video will be up in a couple of hours on my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't because I love you guys. I love this whole community. I respond to every comment after I post my videos. So I would love to chat with you more on my videos. So it's been awesome talking to you guys tonight, and I will be back here next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Eastern. I hope you all will join me again, and I hope you guys have a great night, day, morning, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.